Aristotle was a Greek philosopher and polymath during the classical period in ancient Greece. Taught by Plato, he was the founder of the Lyceum, the peripatetic school of philosophy, and the Aristotelian tradition. His writings cover many subjects including physics, biology, zoology, metaphysics, logic, ethics, aesthetics, poetry, theater, music, rhetoric, psychology, linguistics, economics, politics, meteorology, geology, hydrology, and government. Aristotle provided a complex synthesis of the various philosophies existing prior to him. It was above all from his teachings that the West inherited its intellectual lexicon, as well as problems and methods of inquiry. As a result, his philosophy has exerted a unique influence on almost every form of knowledge in the West, and it continues to be a subject of contemporary philosophical discussion. Early life and education. Aristotle was born in 384 BC in the city of Stagira, in northern Greece. His father, Nicomachus, was a physician to the Macedonian king Amyntas III. Aristotle received a good education, and at the age of 17 he went to Athens to study at Plato's academy. He remained at the academy for 20 years, until Plato's death in 347 BC. Aristotle and Plato. Aristotle was a brilliant student, and he quickly became one of Plato's most trusted disciples. However, he did not always agree with Plato's teachings. For example, Aristotle rejected Plato's theory of forms, which held that there is a perfect world of forms behind the world of appearances. Aristotle believed that the forms are not separate from the world of appearances, but are instead immanent in them. Travels and tutoring. After Plato's death, Aristotle left Athens and traveled to Asia Minor. In 335 BC, he was invited by Philip II of Macedonia to tutor his son Alexander the Great. Aristotle remained in Macedonia for 7 years, during which time he wrote extensively on a wide range of topics, founding the Lyceum. In 334 BC, Aristotle returned to Athens and founded the Lyceum, a school of philosophy and rhetoric. The Lyceum was a major intellectual center, and Aristotle attracted students from all over the Greek world. He taught at the Lyceum for 12 years until his death in 322 BC. Aristotle's philosophy. Aristotle's philosophy is vast and complex, and it is impossible to do justice to it in a short video. However, some of his key ideas include the importance of reason. Aristotle believed that reason is the highest faculty of the human mind, and that it is through reason that we can achieve true knowledge. The nature of substance. Aristotle believed that substance is the underlying reality of things, and that it is composed of matter and form. The teleological nature of the universe. Aristotle believed that the universe is a purposeful and ordered system, and that everything in the universe has a purpose. The importance of virtue. Aristotle believed that virtue is the key to happiness, and that it is achieved through moderation and balance. Aristotle's legacy. Aristotle's philosophy has had a profound influence on Western thought. His ideas have been studied and debated by philosophers for centuries, and they continue to be relevant today. Aristotle's work has also had a major impact on science, theology, and politics. In addition to his philosophical work, Aristotle also made significant contributions to a number of other fields, including biology. Aristotle was a pioneer in the study of biology, and he conducted extensive research on a wide range of animals. He is considered to be the father of zoology. Logic. Aristotle is considered to be the founder of formal logic, and his work on logic has had a major impact on the development of modern logic. Rhetoric. Aristotle was a master of rhetoric, and his work on rhetoric has been studied by aspiring politicians and public speakers for centuries. Politics. Aristotle was a keen observer of politics, and his work on politics has been influential in the development of political thought. Aristotle's success. Aristotle was a prolific writer, and he is estimated to have written over 200 works on a wide range of topics. However, only 31 of his works have survived to the present day. These works are divided into two main categories. Exoteric works. These works were written for a general audience, and they are characterized by their clear and concise style. Some of Aristotle's most famous exoteric works include the Nicomachean Ethics, the Politics, and the Poetics. Esoteric works. These works were written for a more specialized audience, and they are characterized by their technical and huaisenandong language. Some of Aristotle's most famous esoteric works include the Metaphysics, the Physics, and the De Anima. Aristotle's works were widely read and studied during the Middle Ages, and they had a major impact on the development of Western thought. His ideas were particularly influential in the development of scholasticism, a school of philosophy that dominated European thought from the 11th to the 14th centuries. Aristotle's success can be attributed to a number of factors. First, he was a brilliant thinker with a wide range of interests. Second, he was a gifted writer who was able to communicate his ideas clearly and effectively. Third, he lived at a time when there was a great demand for knowledge, and his works were able to meet this demand. Aristotle's philosophy is vast and complex, and it is impossible to do justice to it in a short video. However, some of his key ideas include the importance of reason. Aristotle believed that reason is the highest faculty of the human mind, and that it is through reason that we can achieve true knowledge. The nature of substance. Aristotle believed that substance is the underlying reality of things, and that it is composed of matter and form. The teleological nature of the universe. Aristotle believed that the universe is a purposeful and ordered system, and that everything in the universe has a purpose. The importance of virtue. Aristotle believed that virtue is the key to happiness, and that it is achieved through moderation and balance. Aristotle's philosophy has had a profound influence on Western thought. His ideas have been studied and debated by philosophers for centuries, and they continue to be relevant today. Aristotle's work has also had a major impact on science, theology, and politics. Aristotle's influence on science. Aristotle's work on science was particularly influential in the development of biology, physics, and astronomy. In biology, Aristotle was the first to classify animals according to their physical characteristics. He also conducted extensive research on anatomy, physiology, and embryology. In physics, Aristotle developed a number of important theories, including the theory of the four elements: earth, water, air, and fire, the theory of motion, and the theory of gravity. In astronomy, Aristotle believed that the earth was at the center of the universe, and that the sun, moon, and planets revolved around the earth. This view of the universe was known as the geocentric model, and it was widely accepted for centuries, although some of Aristotle's scientific theories have been superseded by more modern theories. His work had a major impact on the development of science. His methods of observation, experimentation, and logical reasoning are still used by scientists today. Aristotle's influence on theology. Aristotle's work on theology was also influential in the development of Christian thought. In particular, his ideas about the nature of God, the soul, and the afterlife were adopted by many Christian theologians. For example, Aristotle's idea that God is the unmoved mover was adopted by Thomas Aquinas, one of the most important Christian theologians of the Middle Ages. Aquinas argued that God is the source of all motion in the universe, and that he is himself unmoved. Aristotle's ideas about the soul were also influential in the development of Christian thought. Aristotle believed that the soul is the immaterial part of a human being, and that it is responsible for our thoughts, feelings, and actions. This view of the soul was adopted by many Christian theologians, who argued that the soul is immortal and that it survives the death of the body. Aristotle's influence on politics. Aristotle's work on politics was also influential in the development of political thought. In particular, his ideas about the nature of government, the rule of law, and the importance of citizenship were adopted by many political thinkers. For example, Aristotle's idea that the best form of government is a mixed constitution was adopted by many political thinkers, including James Madison, one of the founding fathers of the United States. Madison argued that a mixed constitution, which combines elements of monarchy, aristocracy, and democracy, is the best way to protect the rights of individuals. Aristotle's ideas about the rule of law were also influential in the development of political thought. Aristotle believed that everyone is subject to the law, even the ruler. This view of the law was adopted by many political thinkers, who argued that the law is essential for maintaining order and justice in society. Aristotle was a towering figure in the history of Western thought. His ideas have had a profound impact on science, theology, and politics. His work continues to be studied and debated today, and his legacy is one of intellectual rigor, critical thinking, and the commitment to the pursuit of truth.